Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Today I'm reviewing the new updated version of the Inferno. These are from Famous Smoke Shops, so you can't find them anywhere else except their online store. But this is the Inferno Flashpoint. Now, I want you to think back or look back on the blog link. 2 years ago, I did what was then called the Inferno, and Oliva made it then. Oliva is making it now. Now, I was checking what the Oliva people, or rather the famous people, were saying about this cigar when they sent it to me. They're saying that this is a limited production release, but while production runs will be small, it is not a one-time release. Most likely, they will be releasing a new batch each year, and once the batch is sold out, will be out of stock until next year's batch. This cigar, as far as what it comprised of, is Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper and Nicaraguan binder and filler. Again, here is the band on these cigars. Orange, as opposed to it was red before, in the words flashpoint, or the word flashpoint there at the base. 5x50, much lighter color than the original Inferno, but very eager to try it because the Inferno did very well. So let's get right to it. All right, let's take off just the top of that cap right there. Oh yeah. Just shy of an effortless draw. Let's start our timer. What do you say? Well, about a quarter-inch in, and I can tell you that I'm getting a very, very sweet cedar, nutmeg, and roasted nuts of some sort. The pepper is pretty good at about 7-ish, 7.5. Finish is sort of a, well, it's not as much of a cream as you would think. There's a lot of roasted nuts on the early point of the finish. A lot of roasted nuts on the finish, and just a touch of sweetness, which it's hard to pin down what the sweetness is. I don't think it's cream at this point, and a little bit of lingering pepper. So that's how we're starting. It's coming across as medium bodied right now, but I want to see where it goes from here. Well, about 3/4 of an inch in, the cigar is settled down. I am completely satisfied with my original assessment. The finish I was trying to pin down before is simply roasted nuts. There is very little. There is a little touch of sweetness, but it's not enough to worry about. We'll just call it a roasted nut, and that's it. There is no real sweetness. There is some lingering pepper. That'll probably change, but that was the original finish description. Still medium bodied, burning very well. Really anxious to see how we progress, but we're still early, 3/4 of an inch in. Let's see. Pretty close to the band, about 2 inches in, a little over 2 maybe, and flavors are about the same. Order of preference, order of intensity would be your sweet cedar, and really the roasted nuts is really the secondary. And at this point the nutmeg is sort of has faded somewhat, but it's still quite noticeable, and it would be like a third place flavor. The finish now has a little sweet cream to it, and still the influence of the roasted nuts, but there is some sweetness of a sweet cream. Very little, but it is there. The lingering pepper is nice. I would call it a white pepper. It's not nearly as intense as the black pepper, so we'll call it a white pepper. So that's where we are, just about in the band. Only about an inch and a half left, but wanted to come back to tell you the flavors really are pretty much unchanged. There's a slight jockeying of which is more prevalent than the other, but by and large they're the same as we reported before. There is a lower level flavor, a bottom flavor that I haven't mentioned, and you know, the roasted nuts are pretty much the bottom flavor, but there appear to be what I would call coffee notes at the very base. It's a darker flavor to go along with that roasted nut. So you could add coffee as the very bottom base flavor. Other than that, everything's the same. I would still call it medium bodied. I don't think that's going to change. And finish is unchanged. So we'll be back here shortly to wrap it up. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. This cigar is different from the original. It doesn't have quite the sweetness or the actually the overall pop that the other one did, but the notes are sweet cedar mainly and roasted nuts. So the roasted nuts are a big player in this cigar, so if you like that flavor a lot, try this cigar. Roughly they're around, the Robusto is around $6 a piece, so not as inexpensive as the original either, but well worth your trying. And here is the time on the cigar. So right around an hour 15 minutes. Medium bodied, very close to medium to full. It would probably go either way. Everything is pretty consistent here at the end, and this is a good addition to the Inferno line. So we'll see what happens next year with that version, because evidently there's going to be a new version every year. And when as I said before, when they're sold out, they're sold out. So don't wait around. If you want to try them, and hope you do, then do that soon. The Inferno Flashpoint has been a good cigar. Honestly speaking, of the two, the original version is a little more appealing to me, but this has been a good cigar. Like I said before, very heavy on the cedar, very heavy on the roasted nuts. I'm rating it at 89. So there you have it. The Inferno Flashpoint Robusto, made by Oliva for Famous Smoke Shop.